my sophomore year of college hit is when it really got to me. I started realizing that things were going to be hard. Once my in-person classes switched to online classes is really when it hit me. And I am a first-generation college student, so I tend to push myself because my parents, they think college is extremely important, but that just wasn't their choice in life.
I have a desire to help others, and the reason that I feel like that I have been able to stay in and take classes during all these last couple of years is my desire and love to help others. And I believe that I can achieve that. And I also feel that I will better my life, not only my own, but hopefully many more.
I will say my brother Rashid Itoka is the one motivated me to stick with college journey to a better life, because he's in college too. I mean, he's BCTC student, obviously. Therefore, he leads me to some things, like to be organized, how to navigate Blackboard, to be in touch with my instructors and counselors.
Last year, COVID hit. My dad got super sick and he died on the 4th of July. And my dad always wanted me to make something better of myself, more than him and my mom. And I'm gonna do that. I'm sticking in school to make him proud.
But we have to stay motivated and find the positive in things. And I'm telling you, what I did during this COVID time, Gateway has really helped me because they have been very organized during this time. Blackboard has been very helpful and informative. But what I do when I go through something like this is I always find the positive in things.
Continuing my education, obtaining my degree, brought an element of hope, and it brought an element of hope during a time where our world was not providing that. So I determined within myself that I was going to finish if I at all could in any way possible, and I didn't entertain the thought of stopping or quitting.
This is my other motivation, my mom and my family. I want to make them proud, and I will. My family, I will make them proud.
For me, something that's kept me going was fear. I have a huge fear of not being able to provide for myself, for my children, for my husband.
Staying positive about things and knowing that no matter what, we were going to get through this and we're going to get through it together. And I had this guy who keeps interrupting me. I had him, and I had my parents, and I had this farm. I'm taking this video on my farm right now because it's something I'm so passionate about. I just really tried to be encouraging, inspirational to the people that were in my life, like my parents and my friends that were just struggling to get through class. It was just so hard.
Now, what motivates me to keep going to school through a pandemic is the fact that in 2 years I will be 22 with or without a degree. I could choose to be 22 without a degree, working as a CNA. No degree, no school, no anything but my CNA job. Or I could choose to be a 22-year-old with a BSN, working as an RN.
And you want to know what motivated me? We'll take a good close look at this picture. My 3 children. You see my boys looking through the glass doors at my daughter. My daughter was at UK and she was dying, needing a lung transplant. All at the same time. I didn't realize when I signed back up to Bridge to be an RN that this was going to happen.
As a first-generation college student, I want to be able to make something of myself and prove to my family that I can do it. But I've always been good in school, but I've never really thought that I had it in me to go to college. It's just not something I ever saw myself doing. But I applied and here I am. And I think a lot of the reason I never thought that I could do it is because I've struggled a lot with mental health and depression and anxiety, and especially lately. But I know there are lots of us that have these struggles, especially right now with everything that's going on.
And I'm taking classes at SCC, and I'm a first-generation college student. Something that motivated me to go to college is I don't want to have any regrets later in life. I have many loved ones who did not go to college, and they have regrets for not continuing their education and pursuing their dreams.
Our school even did things such as food boxes, hygiene boxes, supplied deodorant. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, the school does a lot more than just provide education. There's a lot more additional resources that really help us students, and what skills that we learn that we'll use with us for the rest of our life.
Just being able to provide, financial stability for my kids when all this is over is the end game for me. I never had that. I was foster care and, just not really good, stable upbringing. So for my kids, it's going to be different.